what I did was I came in as a consultant. The owner introduced me as a consultant, which I thought was a very clever idea. And they said that I was going to do a review of the business to try and improve the business, and that was their fundamental reason for it. And I sat down with the staff and went through all the different processes and what they do and everything else and how they do their business. And then I learned quite quickly where the business was at and how it operated and whether it was profitable or not. Because like anything, you can look at numbers, but numbers don't necessarily tell you how happy the staff are or anything, because the staff make the business, as far as I'm concerned. Well, I just said to him, I said, what improvements do you think the business can actually make? How long have you been here for? What have you seen there been their deficiencies? What would you do differently in the business if you were running the company? And ask those sort of questions. Do you like what the boss has done? If you don't like what things do you like about it? What things you don't like about it? And most people are pretty candid. They'll tell you exactly what they think. You wouldn't have team meetings. I would do a one-on-one. One-on-one's always the way to do it, because you won't get an answer out of people in a team meeting organisation. They won't talk freely. In a lot of respects, I actually took a lot of people outside the business and took them downstairs for a cup of coffee and sat down and had just open, frank discussion with them. And that was the best way to do it. Get them out of the office and let them speak freely, because sometimes, depending on who's listening in the offices, they won't want to open up and talk. That way you can. So the due diligence process was look at the numbers, see what profitability actually it had, and then look at looking into internally in the control procedures of the business. So I would recommend for anyone buying a business over here would be to look at the numbers, get your accountant or your business advisor to look at the numbers so you understand what's involved. I would certainly advise that in all businesses that are trying to get sold, people tend to reflect very, very importantly on the numbers. Knock off 20-30% of what they believe is the business turnover, and then work on the worst case scenario. If you're still happy with the worst case scenario, then move forward looking at due diligence on the business.